So, Simon,
Yes.
tell me about making elderflower cordial.
I knew you'd do that. I knew. I was supposed to answer a question about how it is to be a baddie. And maybe
Yes. How do you prepare yourself to be a villain who makes elderflower cordial?
Elderflower cordial is easy to make, but I'm not going to talk about it. But since I'm on kids' duty at the moment and was up at like 6:30 after I dropped them off to school, what else can you do before rehearsal? So I did make a whole load, yeah.
Will you bring some for me?
Because I'm living in London at the moment, hunting elderberry trees down the back alleys of West London, which is what I was doing.
You get arrested.
Surreptitiously with a pair of secateurs and a bucket. Anyway, being a baddie.
Yes, how did they, I mean, Iago is like the worst guy there is.
Yeah, well, Macbeth's not far off, is he? No, I think it's a very interesting question, actually, dear listener, because I used to address exactly the same thing when I was singing Billy Budd. And how do you act innocent? Well, I've seen people trying to act innocent and it looks absolutely ludicrous. You can't act innocent. I mean, this is a bit like, me saying this now to the camera, is a bit like saying to a high jumper before he's got the competition, what are you going to do to get over that height? And he's going to say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to get over the height. Whether I'll succeed is another matter. But on the business of how to play wicked, how to play innocent, I think Verdi, a lot of Verdi stuff, when you're in your time, put it another way, when you're younger, the hardest thing is to get to from the beginning of a role to the end and actually just sing it at all. When you're old, an old geezer, you can sing everything, but can you sing everything with a colour that's appropriate for the role? No, that's the difficult thing. Verdi is really about colour, I think. So I think it's not just Verdi. Back to Billy Budd. For me, Billy Budd was playing it straight and not trying to be innocent and not trying to be virginal, and you choose a colour that's vulnerable and bright and quite palatable, not too much Cooper, not too much. Quite conversely, something like Iago, you've got to have something in the sound that is nasty, aggressive. I think aggressive is a better word. I remember as a young man when I was in a choir at John's, we were invited to go and sing to a group of autistic children, severely autistic children. We were only singing things up 6-part arrangements of Blue Moon and Mood Indigo and things. But as soon as we started singing, the kids would howl with fear because the singing with the presence of the voices upset them. As if you were speaking. There's no. Don't get this wrong because full stop. As if when you were talking to a baby or to a dog, it doesn't matter what you say to the dog or the baby, it's the gentleness of the tone that will placate the animal or the baby or the kids in that home. I think with Verdi, the attack on the note and the sound itself is half the battle. I think probably there'll be details like with Iago, stillness. Because if you're still, then the tiniest of movements will draw the focus. You start fiddling and fussing, which is a tendency I've had all my life, you will undermine all your work. That's as far as I've got so far, Osfi.
Okay, well, we're just about to do this final stage on piano, so
Yes.
I'll tell you whether you're successful.
I won't do it.
Viendo tanta irrisión